Suffolk and Cool Online here with the United Paranormal Project. How you guys doing?
Doing good. Doing good.
Good, man. Good to hear. Now, tell me a little bit about yourselves. Like, how'd you guys get together? What exactly do you do?
Well, we're a paranormal group, United Paranormal Project. We've been a close-knit team for several years now. We go and do locations like this, the Buffalo Central Train Terminal, Waverly Hills, a lot of the big locations like that. And we also do home investigations. We try to do it all in the paranormal field.
That's real cool. So you guys are from Ohio, right? So you made a trip to come to this place.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. And it was well worth it.
What did you see so far in here?
In here?
No.
Let Marty start.
I was down into basically in the basement. That might as well be underground here.
Okay.
Down at where the stairways come down, and a couple investigators were doing like the light trick. You put a flashlight down, you see if you can get it to turn on and off on command. Try to get them to answer questions, and we were doing that. And at the same time, you're sitting there, you're looking around, and I seen this like not an orb precisely, but like ball of light cross across probably 10-12 feet high, and then come down like that. And actually, one of our other investigators saw it too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's always a
pretty
big
cool.
key too when, a lot of orbs, a lot of people, it could be dust, moisture, whatever, but if you see this thing with your own eyes, it's a lot of credibility that it could be
Right.
a spiritual orb.
Now, I was out here earlier, I was talking to another group that's doing some stuff in the building. You specifically came outside.
Yes.
It was pretty crazy. I mean, it threw me off for a little bit. I mean, what
Yeah.
would you see?
Well, I kind of wandered back up to the front
Okay.
where they got the stage set, podium, and looked over, kind of towards this way.
Right.
And I'm not real familiar with the place. I thought it was a hallway, and I thought it was one of you guys or something that went from left to right and went through the hallway.
Wow.
I sat there and looked for a minute, and nobody came out. So I walked down that way and noticed, well, it's not a hallway, it's a door.
Right.
And the door never opened. So then I came out and asked you guys,
Yeah.
should somebody be in that room?
Yeah, it was just, we were out.
Yeah, and everyone was out here, and no one's in the room, no one should be in the room, no one could get in the room, and the door never opened, so it was,
Wow.
like, wow.
That's definitely a unique experience
Yeah,
right there.
yeah, and a lot of times that happens when you least expect it.
Right.
And your camcorder's the other way, and you're going,
Yeah, for sure. Now, do you think that event right there topped that for you, or have you guys ever seen anything more?
oh, we've had some crazy stuff, we've been doing it for a long time, but it's always great to see.
Right.
Well,
Full
that
body
ranks pretty
apparition.
high up there.
Yeah.
What's the, if you had to pick one key moment for you guys, like, what's the one thing that you guys are like, telling each other, like, oh my God?
Probably Junction City or Waverly.
Yeah, we were called at a small town police department in Ohio. Police chief called us, was afraid to be in the station at night. They were having some kind of activity with noises. So we went down and we had a few personal experiences and caught a few EVPs that night. And Aaron wasn't even there, but he was reviewing that piece of evidence from the DVR footage. And I mean, this was the craziest thing. You see this human type form that's white,
Wow.
that's transparent, you could see through it, and it goes across the screen in a split second.
Let's say it's wearing some kind of a hat too.
Then
Wow.
when we slowed it down, you could see it was like it was something ducking down and moving across, and you could see right through it, right
So
into
you
the
got it on
screen.
video?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
on video. Yeah, and it's going to be on one of the network TV shows
Really?
coming up this fall.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What show's it gonna be on?
It'll be on the Bio channel and My Ghost Story.
My Ghost Story? Wow, that's pretty amazing. I mean,
Yeah.
for actually have something like that where it's really up to be on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, in fact, we got another one coming on, My Ghost Story, June the 9th.
June the 9th?
Yeah.
So right around the corner.
Yeah, and it was the place that we provide. We host private ghost hunts for other groups that come in. Public
Oh, wow.
ghost hunts. It's an old opera house, Twin City Opera House.
Okay.
Place is
In
crazy.
McConnellsville, Ohio.
All right.
Down in southern Ohio. It's the newest building in that block, and it opened in 1892.
Wow.
And it's the newest building. But there's several spirits in there that'll communicate, but there's one dark force in there. And of course, they wanted the story on the dark force.
Right, right.
And it'll be on the Bio channel.
Now, with your experiences, is it mostly good, or like as you mentioned, there's a dark force in this one? You know what I'm saying? I mean,
It's gonna be a mix of things
Like
for
with-
the most part.
really.
Like with people, you know, good and bad.
Have you ever been out to harm you guys specifically? You guys were out there, have an experience where
We've
I
been
didn't want to
scratched
go?
several times, so
I've
several of
been
us
scratched
have.
around the neck.
Yeah, so
Really?
have I.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it literally looked like I was grabbed around the neck.
I mean, how did that work out for you? Like when it happened, I mean, did you see something, or did you just feel it
I
going?
just felt it going on me.
This is
No,
after we
you
left
know,
the original place that the stuff was going on too. It was up at Farnham Manor. Town was that?
Northern Ohio.
Yeah, it was up in northern Ohio.
Yeah, we've
All
had
three
several
of
of our members
yeah.
get sick, you know,
3 or 4 of us
various
got
times.
scratched.
Just different things.
Crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
that's crazy. I mean, now for you when you were getting scratched, like, did you try and stop it? Did you touch it? I mean,
I think we were like dealing with something demonic. Like there, that's what it.
Just burned. It was just a burn on the
It-
neck.
it
and then
burned bad.
And you looked at it.
did it leave a mark?
Yeah, it left the mark. There
Wow.
was pictures of the marks.
That's great. That's definitely like, you know what I mean? That's kind of stuff. It's like, wow, you know what I mean? Definitely. Now, out of all that goes on, I mean, does it ever make you want to stop doing it? Or is that kind
No,
of
it just
stuff
makes us
fun?
want to
Takes
go
more
more.
interest.
Once in a while, make you step back for a moment because it's creepy. I mean, you know, even when you're doing this for years, when you see something like really ridiculous, you know, yeah, it's like a car accident.
Mhm.
You know, it might make you hesitate before you get in the car again.
Now, does it work is it you as a person you think the things, the spirit's after, or is it just, in general, just people come in where you shouldn't be? What do you think? I mean,
I kind of
there's, you know,
personally, I
you
think
walk
it's-
by and it's just like something about you that makes
It-
one, you know what I
it
mean?
is
Like,
something
like,
that's
like,
not-
I'm in a car. you know what I mean?
Personalities, you know,
Mhm.
a person's personality. With groups that we have come into the Opera House, different personalities will get more activity than other personalities.
Right.
And you know, some of us, we get, you know, we send a group of, you know, 3 ladies, and you know, they may get all the activity, and the 3 guys get nothing.
Get nothing.
Then
Right.
there's
But
another
we've
night
had to
maybe
go the
that's
other way before.
Mhm.
I mean, there was 3 grown men at the, was it the Hillview Manor
Yeah.
in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. We stood in this hallway, froze by a nurse's station, and watched shadows go from one side of the hall to the other
Wow.
and back and forth.
For
We're
minutes.
froze. We couldn't move. We just
None
sat
of it
there
was
and
picked
watched
up
it.
on camera.
And it was like,
Wow.
holy shit, dude! You
Yeah,
know what's
for sure.
going on? And you know, we were like froze. We couldn't run.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think it's especially if it's intelligent, of course it's going to interact with some people more than others. Just
Mhm.
like you walk down the street. Some people you're going to say hi to, some people you're going to avoid.
Right, right. Now, do you guys use any special equipment, or is it just?
We use camcorders, cameras, night vision, full spectrum cameras, audio digital devices,
Mel
DVR
meters, ghost
systems.
meters,
you know.
K2 meters, Ovilus X,
Oh wow. So you guys.
Shack hack.
What's that? Shack.
It's like a
Spirit Box, where
It
it
cycles through
scans
radio
radio
stations.
channels nonstop. It will not stop.
they can use the white noise to say words through it. Like we've got some pretty impressive stuff through it.
What's the coolest thing then?
We've got tons of stuff. Well, we were in another place that we have, the Brendu Mansion, that we have tours.
Oh, yeah.
But it was the 12th anniversary of a lady that lived there.
Okay.
She was born there. She was there for 64 years. Her father was a multi-millionaire, left everything to her, and in 64 years, she blew it all.
Wow.
It was gone. She was forced to sell the home, and it had been 12 years to the date since she passed away. And I looked at my watch, and we had a girl in the group that had, you know, the shack hack, the radio was gone, and I'm thinking, I hate these things.
Right.
Then I looked down, I said, it was 12:15. I said, Sally, I said, you died exactly 12 years ago today. And all of a sudden, from the spirit box, the shack hack, it said, death date.
Wow.
Said, well, do you know where you're at? What's the name of this place? Brendu.
Wow.
And then said, well, what's your name? Sally.
We've
As
had
plain
that
as
in
day.
multiple places too, saying names and
Yeah.
stuff like that, answering our questions right away.
She even called us out by name.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's
Some
said all of our
horses
names
inside
before.
that
Mhm.
mansion, yeah.
Did you guys see each other's hands beforehand, or?
Yeah.
So you
So like we
picked up
introduced
what you-
ourselves and
Probably,
okay.
yeah.
But probably the good thing about places that you get to investigate
Mhm.
multiple times, like we have access to these 2 places all the time, And the more you go back, the more
You can
pieces of the
build
puzzle you
on what
get.
you already learned.
And yeah, and you can build on it, and you just keep building and building and building, and you can put a story together,
Right.
you know, the things that happen.
Because you can never judge a place by one investigation. There could be nothing one night and then be rocking the next. You can't really just base a place one investigation and say, oh, it's not haunted.
We
Right.
do have a picture of an apparition in the doorway that was caught at the Grand Dune Mansion.
Wow.
Full
Yeah, full
lady
body,
standing
like
there.
she looked like maybe a
Like
servant,
Sally.
and there used to have been service stairs up the back way
Okay.
into this, and we had one of our investigators was here, and another one was here, and he kept saying, dude, he said, I keep feeling something behind me.
Uh-huh.
And we call him Goose anyway.
Okay.
Because he's goosey.
Right.
And there's nothing behind him. Well, going over the evidence, had a IR camera on him,
Uh-huh.
and when a flash from a camera went off, it illuminated the doorway, and there was a full-body apparition, a woman standing there in old Victorian style clothing, like that, like a maid would wear. Her hair
It
was in
didn't
a
show up on
bun.
the original picture either.
Wow.
It showed up on the video frame, not on the picture.
Yeah,
Where can I see that? You guys got like a
yeah,
website?
we've got, it's on the website,
Okay.
UPP.org.
Cool. Definitely cool.
Press evidence, and we got all our good stuff, all the videos,
The Junction City
the
clips
Junction
on there.
City.
Waverly Hills, we caught the creeper
little
darting
creeper.
across the hall.
It's a creeper.
It's a little being about this high,
Okay.
That's it.
and he is faster than all get out.
Does it look like a flesh, or is it
A
like
little black.
Little black mass in this thing.
Like he went across once, and he went in and out 3 rooms.
In 3 frames.
In 3
Wow.
frames.
Wow.
And then he caught him again. We
And-
caught him again 2 minutes later coming out of the floor
Yeah,
and
like
darting
he
across.
came up out of a concrete floor and took off across, just
Yeah.
split second.
No kidding either. Just sit, you just see it watching, and then boom, out of the floor it comes, and then darts off to the
2
right.
years before that, we caught a shadow person crossing a DVR camera on the 4th floor there.
Wow.
So, you know, there's a lot of stuff you don't catch, but we have caught a lot of stuff. We're really privileged to have caught a lot.
Do you guys do different techniques? I mean, do you ever like, if you want something to happen, do you ever taunt?
We do
Oh,
some,
yeah.
some of us do more provoking than others by far, but yeah.
That's kind of how I got scratched on the neck.
Right, right.
You definitely open
It
yourself.
can work for your advantage or bite
We
you.
use a lot
Wow.
of stuff. Marty and I have been doing it together for a long time, and don't, I didn't mean that way. He said like, what?
Well, they legalized you guys in New York.
You know, it's
But, you know, we kind of, and I'm a retired policeman,
Okay.
and we kind of like good cop, bad cop.
Right.
And, you know, he's always a real nice one and stuff like that, and then, you know, so I was like, come on, jerk. You know,
Come on.
But in places like Waverly Hills, where, you know, 63,000 people died of tuberculosis, you know, we respect that, and we're not gonna,
Right,
we're
right.
not gonna act like that.
Yeah, we treat places, hospitals a lot different than we treat prisons,
Yeah.
you know, and we treat people's houses a lot different.
Yes.
Because there's somebody involved, you know, it's very important. That's the most important thing you can do in
Right.
this business is home investigation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we don't wanna get, you know, something stirred up there that they have to live in.
Now, once you find it, I mean, you guys have a way of getting rid of them?
We have a gentleman that was a minister for 31 years, Rick Cassidy, and he's a demonologist, and he's our go-to guy. And we've had him come in and he'll do a form of a house cleansing and deliverance type. It's interesting.
What's the scariest thing that you guys ever seen? I mean, you guys are telling me something pretty, you know what I mean? Like, there's gotta be something.
Okay.
What makes you say, I'm never gonna do this, like this? Well,
Nothing has made me say I'm never gonna do this yet, but I have had a few scary moments. When I was at Waverly Hills the first time, I was up on the 4th floor,
Okay.
and I was with 2 other investigators. They saw something cross one of our camera lights. So, I went out in the hall, and they went out. There's like this big porch that runs the entire length. So they're
Right.
out, and you can see through each of the rooms. We figured, we'll just keep walking along here and look at, you know, and eventually we'll corral whatever this is.
Mm-hmm.
So I get about 4 rooms up, and the lady out on the deck says, "Do you hear some keys jingling?" And I'm like, "No." And I reach back and check my keys just to make sure that now something crazy is going on, you know. And then I do hear it. And I said, "Yeah, wait, I do hear some keys jingling." And it's like somebody's carrying a big, heavy ring of keys, and it's like jingle, jingle, jingle. And I thought, the security guards come up here to check on us or whatever, but I'm looking through my camcorder and night vision, I don't see anybody in the hall. Well, this jingle, jingle, jingle goes from that to jingle, 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 and it's coming right for me. And I got this feeling like there's a linebacker and he's gonna run me down. And I jumped out of the room, or out of the hallway into a room. I said a few choice words, I'll be honest.
That he never says.
Right, right.
You know, now I looked back out in the hallway, and this jingling that came right past the hallway and stopped, died, gone completely. Luckily, we had a DVR system. I was carrying a camcorder, but it went with me.
Yeah.
But we had a DVR camera right behind me, so we got the whole thing there. There's nothing in the hall, just me. My camcorder, the audio on it clearly has the keys.
You could hear the keys.
Wow.
So we had
That's
three
the fastest I've ever seen him move in his life.
Yeah,
Right.
He usually doesn't get scared on any investigation.
No,
He doesn't get
he's
startled.
the
He's serious.
calm, you never see him get rattled.
That's definitely.
If he's running, you better run. There's probably a demon or something running.
Yeah.
Now, we did a house when I first got started in this, and, you know, we went up to this place and said, yeah, this is ridiculous, there's nothing going on in this place. So we investigated, we had all kinds of activity. And we went back to do a cleansing on it. And the minister's in this back room, and there's like a little hole, not to an attic, but just like a little space up above.
Right.
And he's up in there, and he hears this growl. He said it sounded like a pit bull. He said he knew nothing was up there, and he said the first thing I wanted to do was run, but I knew I couldn't run. So he says that, and the next thing you know, I'm standing here, and whatever it was went right through me.
Wow.
It like froze my inner core, and I couldn't move for a second. It went past the camcorder on a tripod, which it went, it was gone, we couldn't use it. It went in and attached to this lady, which she had claimed that this thing had knocked her down in the kitchen, and grabbed her by the hair. She went to the floor, and she's coughing and like flopping around, and I'm thinking, what the hell's going on? And I'm grabbing my phone, I'm ready to call 911. I'm, like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And finally, the minister went over and anointed a cross into her forehead, and it was just like someone turned a light switch. The whole atmosphere of this place changed completely. Her husband was a non-believer.
Right.
But when he seen this, he was sitting there shaking.
Oh, I bet.
When we played the audio back from it,
Mm-hmm.
You could hear her coughing, and I'm not kidding you, it sounded like a lion growl.
Wow.
It was like, come over her coughing. And for a week and a half, things were fine, and then it returned. And they ultimately had to move.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
It was me.
Yeah, now that was creepy, and that made me think, do I want to keep doing this?
Yeah, for sure.
If every case was like that, but we've never really ran into another one since then.
Now, I got a question. I don't know anything about this, you know what I mean, obviously, but you did mention that sometimes you want to taunt somebody, you got to scratch, things like that. Is it ever possible for whatever spirit that you guys upset, is it location specific, or can that thing
Sometimes they
you just do that?
I have.
We've had a spirit communicating with us that he claims, and he said that he was like a guardian angel over me now.
Right.
That he chose me from being there. And he said that he has followed me home before. I haven't felt that. Girlfriend said that she woke up one night seeing little red glittery lights over the bed. I'm not sure if it was him or my mom
Right.
that had passed away, but she looks up, she flips a little light on. She said, I'm laying there, I don't put covers on or anything. And she said she seen the covers lift up
Wow.
and cover me up.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and it freaked her out.
Yeah, definitely.
And I didn't wake up, I was snoozing.
So, I mean, from what I've heard, I want to experience it. You know what I mean? Where would I get a chance, especially with you guys, with everything you guys done? I want to be part of the tour. How do I do it?
This is a great place.
Yes.
Central train terminal here. We've already only been here a couple hours. We've already seen some things,
Right.
heard some things.
come down to Ohio sometimes.
Yeah, if you wanna travel further, you can come to Ohio, but,
We'll
you
take
know, you got it in your
guarantees.
backyard.
Twin City Opera House
Dean had a full
guaranteed something every
conversation with one
time.
of the ghosts at Twin City Opera House.
Really?
Multiple times.
His name's Red Wine Robert.
When you guys do tours where anybody watching right now could definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, they just need to go to either twincityoperahouse.com or they can go to the, United Paranormal Project, the oneup.org, and check it out.
Literally, like things there we have a ghost meter that lights up for like answering questions. We've had this thing count to what was it, 14
You said how
like
many
3
spirits
different
are here,
times.
14, yeah, make it blank 14 times, big deal.
Right.
Do it again, it blank 14 times a second time, a third time, a fourth time.
Wow.
Then we said, okay, now, can you just count to 5 for us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It blinked 5 times.
And it's
a
done
while.
that more than one time. It's done that multiple times.
We've had people walk out of that place that was just like,
Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
They-
And something happens every time you're there.
Wow. It definitely seems like something I want to check out. And for those of you watching right now, make sure you go to the website, check it out. And you guys are here for a certain reason. It's got definitely
Yeah.
things going on.
our buddy John invited us up.
Definitely.
And,
yeah, Ghosts,
great
John.
place, heard a lot about it, talked to John a lot about it.
Mhm.
And, you know, we're not done yet tonight,
No.
and we've caught a lot of stuff tonight so far.
Okay, doing an investigation, then we're sticking around for the paranormal conference Saturday.
Perfect. Perfect. So people that are in the area get a chance, come out and meet them. Go to the website. Obviously tonight's footage is going to be up the next few days or
Yeah,
what you guys-
Yeah, any of the highlights will be up in the next few days.
If anybody has any questions, our email's on the website. Give us a holler, we'll, you know, check stuff out for people.
Cool. All right, guys. Perfect.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.